So we allegedly have some files today coming out after Pam Bondi received near continuous backlash for the last 2 weeks or so, a week and a half. I was part of the segments was, do we think we're going to have any new charges? And then Luke just shared this video. So let's start with this video here because
this is the biggest video from Piers Morgan, uncensored, specifically describing how, there's going to be absolutely criminal charges here from Trump's lawyer. So this is big. She just describes talking to the FBI director and the Attorney General of the United States. So huge news, big news breaking right now.
Let's check this.
Jeffrey Epstein files, we're told, are to be imminently unleashed. And already we saw the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, say that the scale of what happened is far worse than anyone realized. Well over 200, maybe 250 victims, and that we're going to get information either later.
It's Trump's smoke show.
She is really pretty.
Yeah.
It's thousands. It's not 250. It's thousands.
Gotta be.
It's just 250 that they have in these particular documents, but there's way more of them.
There were hundreds in Florida alone, right?
Yeah, a lot of them that still haven't come forward.
Yeah, there were hundreds.
And a lot of them that went missing too.
Yes, a lot of them. Well, he targeted runaways when they were still in Florida. There could have been hundreds or thousands that came through that house that we'll never, we'll never know about.
That went missing
tomorrow from these files.
I'm sorry.
What can you tell me about that?
I believe it will be today. I was just with, I saw Pam and Cash in the White House just before coming on your show. And I can tell you that I haven't been privy to it yet, but I know it is coming out. They will be taking portions of it. We have to be patient. And I said this last night at a dinner with some media. And I said, I think America needs to remember one thing. We are going to be promises made, promises kept. But when you're dealing with victims, and by the way, this is a perfect example of a case.
I don't buy that, by the way. Everyone's using the victims thing. The DOJ did too. BS. You're still investigating? Right. My rear end. It's been 15 years.
Yeah, redacting names doesn't take this many days.
Right.
Okay. You could literally use an AI and it will redact all the victims' names automatically. Boom. So this is not the truth here. We're not being told what's really going on.
They're all passing on the same lie. Yes.
There's something bigger at play here.
That was vetted, that went through trial, that had testimony, and was prosecuted the right way. And I don't preemptively attack. That's just not the way I operate. But in this case, in Epstein's case, it is incredibly disturbing. We have flight logs, we have information, names that will come out.
Is it going to be shocking?
I don't see how it's not shocking.
Yeah,
that there were so many individuals that were hidden and kept secret. Not been held accountable.
This is important because she's describing how previous governments, previous administrations, previous intelligence agencies covered up this larger story. So she's essentially breaking the story that the government is culpable here. Since they knew about this, they were allowing it to happen, and in many instances, they were aiding and abetting it. That's what I've been saying from day one. When the corporate media was still promoting Jeffrey Epstein many years ago, I was saying, hey, the government, he's an intel asset. The government is aiding and abetting him in this larger extortion racket. Thousands of children are being trafficked here, and people are like, oh no, it's just people that are close to 18.
You're crazy, Luke. You're crazy.
Yeah, they're like, you're insane conspiracy. I'm like, there's 7-year-old children here. There's babies here. There's many documented instances of so many underage children here with some of the most horrible, disgusting actions committed against them that the government put their stamp of approval on and allowed to happen and made happen.
Yeah. Side note, I also believe this similar thing happened with Diddy. I think Diddy was an asset too, in the same way. They allowed him to operate so that they could get compromise on people.
Diddy, Jay-Z, and a lot of these other bigger Hollywood players. I mean, we could go into it specifically when it comes to like individuals like Kevin Spacey, George Clooney. I mean, all of these guys connected to the intel agencies one way or another. And it's pretty clear here that something bigger is afoot here that has the potential, because they're describing this as part one. So this is just part one, phase one, as they're officially describing it right now. I just sent you a photo of Libs of TikTok, Mike Cernovich, DC Drano holding phase one at the White House right now. ALX is there. I'm like, where's my invite? Like,
oh,
I've been wow. This longer than most of those people there, except for Mike Cernovich. Mike Cernovich has been one of the people that actually started some of the lawsuits. Released a lot of the disclosures and actually put his, reputation and name on the line and helped release a lot of this stuff. And he was a part of the lawsuits with the Miami Herald that actually disclosed a lot of the top information here. So this is something that I'm
these are empty folders, by the way. I guarantee it.
I don't know. There's folders of people actually reading it, and if you look a little bit closer to that lady, there's another photo that was released, and it seems pretty big. It seems like there's a lot of papers in there.
Don't give me hope, Luke.
Yes,
I was totally black-pilled this morning. I was like, "We're not getting anything new. This is going to be it."
Yesterday, going off like screaming at the camera, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Because the DOJ, the deputy director of the Attorney General's office, released a statement that was a big nothing burger, and we saw Congresswoman.
They basically said we're not releasing it too. They're like, "Well, we have to protect the victims," and blah 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 blah.
That wasn't even, it was such a nothing burger. It was like, okay, they're postponing the release of this, and they're not even explaining why or what date or what's really going on here. There's nothing concrete here, and it looked like it was a larger cover-up effort. The internet went ablaze, and as soon as it happened, I did a video right away. And I was like, "This is unacceptable. This is crazy. We all need to voice our concerns right now." And then a couple hours after that, we saw Pam Bondi go on the Fox News show and then declare, "Yes, we're going to release something. We're going to give you something to appease the larger masses here," because there's a lot at stake here. And I have argued it's not just Trump's reputation, it's not just thousands of children, but it's also the larger power mechanics behind the scenes that are still at play here, that are being utilized against Donald Trump, that will be threatening him, threatening his life, that will be threatening his administration if he doesn't stop it immediately. So he needs to stop it immediately. And when he does, he's going to be a lot safer. He's going to be in a lot better of a position than he is, of course, now, where there's still a lot, up in the air. There still could be a lot of foul play, and there is foul play, and they haven't been absolutely honest about what's really going on.
I want to go to Mac Melonie here.
Okay.
And say, like, what do you think, like, what level of this is, because there's a lot of symbolism, right? In like that building on his island that Luke was at. Luke Rudkowski was on the island. He should be in the files.
I hope we get some kind of recognition for putting my ass
that would
on
be
the
kind
line,
of cool,
literally
actually.
and figuratively.
Yeah.
You don't go to Pedo Island, where the intel agencies literally just have their way with children and they sexually abuse people all the time. You don't go to that island.
This is all like some Illuminati. Like,
that's what I'm asking you.
Demonic.
Yeah.
I absolutely believe that. I mean, first of all, look at like the people that we do know who were involved in going on these trips and stuff like that. A lot of celebrities, supermodels, this, that, and the other. I mean, the supermodels, we don't know what all they were doing, if they were just there to service the people there or whatever. But regardless, it's just like when you're talking music industry, Hollywood, all of these big mainstream stuff. Of course, Satan has his grubby paws and all that. And when you look at patterned in the Bible, the corruption always leads to child sacrifice in some form or another. And so all of this stuff that we've been seeing about the conspiracies, about like adrenochrome, all of the pedo stuff, the Pizzagate, I think there's a lot of truth to a lot of it. And
sacrificing their innocence is another way that sacrifice happens. Yeah,
there's multiple ways that people are sacrificing children, even through the transgender ideology. I would consider that child sacrifice as well. They may not be, murdering all of them, but they are just like mutilating them or ruining their souls. Destroying their souls, and it's demonic. So I think with something like this, I thought there's no way. Even when, Kash Patel, when he gets in, he's dropping the files the next day. It's like, no way. There, especially since they said it wasn't like he was like, okay, once he gets announced, then he's gonna sneak attack, drop it. They already had like this heads up. It's already been all this time.
Yeah, they scrubbed it. Yeah, right.
There's no way we were actually going to get the real list.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it looks like seems like maybe we are going to get some new information. Somebody in chat pointing out, come on, Jeremy, do you think, the previous administrations did their due diligence? It's possible. I actually believe they did do their due diligence because it was a part of the compromise. I think the previous administration and the current intelligence agencies know more about this than we will probably ever know.
It's not that they know, it's that they engineered it.
Right. Yes.
They ran it. It was their operation. And I got official confirmation that, again, it was 7-year-olds, 9-year-olds that were literally flying in to the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, getting on a helicopter, literally flying to their private islands. I was talking to some of the people there, at the airport that were specifically detailing, Epstein used to fly in here all the time with the private jet. I was able to fly in on my friend's private jet. In there, my friend, who, by the way, has been sent to jail right afterwards, by the way.
Yes.
And
coincidentally,
as of course, they took him out. Freejoby.com.
Free Joby
is the website that we're trying to get all the people to sign a petition to help him out. But lots of very weird stuff going on here, and I mean, there definitely is a cover-up effort. There definitely was deletion of some of the stuff here. I mean, it's very simple. Release the flight logs, release the court documents that have been sealed by these judges that are protecting a lot of the bigger predators out here in our society. It's that simple. Release all the information and let's see what the other administrations did here, since clearly they played an active role in covering it up, allowing it to happen, and facilitating through your tax dollars the absolute destruction and abuse and child trafficking of little children.